to work with fellow-minded people and to eat lunch together and just see that we are making a bit of difference. We're not just walking through the landscape. We are trying to restore it.
If we can use the recreation side of things, the getting out into the wilderness, then it will educate people and the younger generation that why they do want to get out and protect areas such as Bruce Ridge.
You're welcomed, you're made to feel you're a part of it, and you are shown what to do in a way that is not too challenging.
I'm sort of the middleman. I assist the senior rangers deliver things on ground and with the ParkCare groups, and advocate for the ParkCare groups and facilitate and assist them with what they need with resourcing.
It's a real network building where there's not sort of contractual. I think that's, for me, that's something that's quite significant about doing this. There's no obligation around it. You're just doing it because you want to and you decide to do it. So you get that enthusiasm, and all those things make you feel healthy and happy and good. Yeah, quite literally.
What I've found with volunteering is that you learn a lot more about your community. So not only from an environmental viewpoint, but also other people that live in your community. So I've met a lot of people in the actual Hughes Garran community that I would not have met if I hadn't actually done this. And that's actually probably the most powerful thing for it for me.
The ACT Parks and Conservation Service certainly doesn't do it all alone. We have a whole range of ParkCare volunteer groups that help with us on a whole range of projects, and I can tell you from personal experience that they're worth their weight in gold.
The ParkCare program was the brainchild of one of our previous district managers, Tony Brownlee. And Tony, in conjunction with a few of his rangers, of which I was one of them, wanted to harness some of the enthusiasm of the volunteers, or the people that live close to our reserves. As you know, in the ACT we have a very close proximity from houses to natural resource areas like reserves, parks, and we wanted to harness some of that enthusiasm.
And that community effort really amplifies what the government can do. The rangers are professional, they do a lot of work, but the community involvement on top of that means that so much more can be done, stuff that the government could probably never really afford. And that community effort, partnered with the government, makes a really powerful team.
They bring a different perspective. They bring, I think what they bring is passion. And that's what the service needs. The service needs passion. It needs people to drive us. It needs people to make us feel good about doing our work. And that's what they deliver for us, I think.
We started 25 years ago with 3 rangers who were really very forward in their thinking about helping the various hills around Canberra. We started with 5 people, and the list at the moment is over 60, but the people who really are involved in the actual work side of it are about 16. But you have a lot of support from people who read the emails and do that sort of thing.
I'm actually studying herbal medicine at the moment, so having something that was to do with plants and nature, and I guess getting in contact with the earth, and it's quite inspiring. And yeah, really just enjoy being outdoors as well, and I think that's very healthy, having been a regular office worker for a decade or so.
I decided when I retired that it would be a good idea to find something to do fairly close to home, and my background is in French literature, so I have no qualifications as far as this work's concerned, though it seems to help me to remember the Latin names of plants.
I've been involved in ParkCare for about just going on 23 years, so almost bringing up a quarter of a century. There are lots of different areas you can get involved in, even in mapping. We do a lot of mapping and monitor where you've been working, so monitoring is a big part of the job as well. And I also have a lot of pleasure. You can hear the birds in the background, I hope.
We'd probably only have up to a dozen people, and of those active we'd have probably about 6 or 8. People are very busy, we understand. So it's a small group. We have a small area. They range from people that are retired to people with families that live in the area like myself, different backgrounds, people engineering background like myself, and people that do actually have a lot of experience in plant biology.
The ParkCare group was set up to manage the trail network in line with the conservation values. So what we looked at was to formalise the network and also look at the world standards for sustainable trail building. Initially they started up as part of the community service program coming from Radford. Once they've completed their community service, a couple of them are still coming back.
So a few of us here are getting our hours up, as well as some who have already completed the 20 hours and are just coming to do it with us still, because it's great fun, and it's good to, it's really a good thing to do for the community.
This group started as North ParkCare and Landcare group, and it's evolved into a junior Landcare group because so many of the adults were just too busy to participate, and some children started coming. I feel as if we're doing something to encourage the next generation to care for our environment, and while we've got young people with these positive attitudes to the environment, I think there's good hope for our world.